All right, folks, Sandman Season 2 is here. We're going to be discussing Episode 1 in this video, and we've already watched the first two episodes, so this is going to be back to back. We're going to review Episode 1, and then immediately after this will be Episode 2. So if you want to watch me watch this show, and you want to watch along with me, you know what to do. Do all the likes and subscribes and all those things, and playlist stuff is down below. This is the second season of Sandman. If you haven't watched the first season, I highly, highly recommend it. It was an extremely imaginative, very, very entertaining first season. The first two episodes of season two are a bit different, but also I think like the first episode, which is this one we're going to talk about, a little bit slower to get going, but once it does, episode two is quite a banger and left us on a cliffhanger. But I'll get to that in a minute. I don't do spoiler free, so if you haven't watched the episodes yet, make sure to pause, go watch, come back, and go from here. So essentially, we pick up sort of not. It doesn't say how much time has passed after the first season, but Dream Morpheus is in the process of rebuilding his kingdom after the events of season one. And the events of season one were varied, and there was a lot going on in season one. And I kind of wish we had had the time to go back and rewatch season one before we did this, because there were some characters who showed up in brief moments throughout this first episode where we were both scratching our head going, wait a second, who was that? Oh, that was that one guy. Okay, this was that, but I don't remember who he was. Like the baby in the cradle, like I don't remember who the baby was, but that's whatever. We'll get to that. Um, so we start off with Dream reshaping the dreaming. He's rebuilding his empire. But then his eldest sibling essentially summons him to a meeting. Eldest sibling being Destiny, and these are all siblings that are part of the Eternals. I believe it's the Eternals is what they're called. Um, and this basically, if I can move my head out of the way, these are all the siblings, and if I can remember who they are, that's Destiny, um, that's Desire, that's Despair, this is Death, and this would no, that was Despair. I forget which one she was. But these are all the siblings. Um, and Destiny summons them. Oh no, hang on. No, that was Despair. This is Despair, and this is Delirium. I'm gonna have a hard time remembering who they all are. But essentially, it's the Endless, not the Eternal, by the way. I'm not extremely familiar with the terminologies because I didn't read the comics. I only know this from watching season one of the show, which was fun. So I get to like I'm reading through a page right now to try to remember who the names are and everything else. We did meet some of the siblings in the first season. Specifically, Desire was behind a lot of the stuff that was a lot of the chaos of the first season. But essentially, we get this meeting of the siblings. It's the first time they've been together in a very long time. And it's here that we were told that Destiny has had a meeting with the Fates, and they have told him that something is about to go down, and it has to do with um, Morpheus and Dream. And um, during this first episode, we get this backstory of a human woman who Dream fell in love with back in time. Her name was Queen Nada, and this woman was someone who he essentially condemned to hell 10,000 years ago. And he, in the course of this, um, there apparently is a prophecy about this Forsaken Kingdom and an ancient battle that's going to be reignited. And after reflecting upon the events of what are going down right now and thinking back to this past relationship, we get this flashback sequence with Dream and Nada, and he decides that he's going to rescue her from hell and right this series of wrong. And he decides that he's going to um, set up this confrontation with Lucifer, who he basically bested in season one. Um, and on the way, this is where we get like sort of this collage of characters that Dream interacts with throughout the final parts of this episode, sort of preparing himself to go away and potentially not come back, because even though he has all of his um, accoutrement, as it were, this time around, he fears the Morning Star. He fears Lucifer, and he doesn't know what's awaiting him. And the final stages of this episode are basically him visiting places, and I can't remember who the baby was. He visits the baby, and the baby was like born. He said the baby was born in dreaming. If I remember correctly, it was because the lady who had the baby was like dreaming of her ex-husband in the dreams and created a dream that was so strong she was able to actually get pregnant in the dream. That happened during season 1, but I can't remember exactly if that was the case because I didn't watch season 1 recently. And then he also along the way meets up with the guy who I did remember. It was the man who he established the annual drinking. um, I don't think it was annual, but I can't remember how often they meet up to. But he basically gives the guy, the guy becomes this eternal life and he lives forever. And they meet up for drinks all the time. And he basically tells him, "Hey, I might not be able to meet up with you at our normal meeting time because I'm about to go away on this journey. So let's have a drink for now." And we're left with this cliffhanger of knowing that he is going to hell. And that is where episode 2 takes us. But if you want to know about episode 2, you have to watch the next video because, yeah, I'm going to cliffhang you here just like they did with me. So, Sandman, Season 2, Episode 1. It was a bit slow to get going, but now that I've seen Episode 2, I can tell you that it's totally worth the wait. But let's go do the Episode 2 video. I'll see you in that one. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon if you haven't already done so.